The reason I'm smiling so big right now is because it's official. I got the generator. I'm not going to be storing this inside when I travel, by the way. It's just temporary because I'm not even really staying in this RV right now, but powered on the generator today, and I was able to charge my batteries with the converter. So that issue is officially resolved. It's official. I should be leaving this weekend on my long-term trip, and I'm super excited. I do have to do a lot of organizing. Turned on the generator. I was pulling about 900 watts, a little under 900 watts, and that was just from the 80 amp converter. That didn't even account for the 30 amps that I'm going to be getting from the other converter that I have that came with the RV. So exciting stuff. That's 80 amps plus the 30 from the other converter plus 400 watts, which I think is like 30 something amps, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of amps. That's gonna pretty much bring my batteries close to full charge in a matter of like 3 or 4 hours. Some other upgrades I've done to the RV over the last 2 days since the last video that I posted. One is I installed this right here, and it's not a pretty job. When I first did the cut, I mismeasured and the screws wouldn't go in down here, so I gotta like patch that up. I don't really care about aesthetics. I'm planning on keeping this RV forever, so that's not really a big concern for me. So I got this. I can turn on the inverter from inside. So before I had to actually go outside, open up the storage bay, crawl into the storage bay and press the on button, and this makes it so I don't have to actually crawl into the storage bay or even go outside for that matter. I can do everything from inside the RV, which is very, very handy. So nice little quality of life upgrade. Also, big one, the TV. Right here with Velcro, I have, this is the control for the air conditioning, and then I also have the control for the TV right here, which I'll show you guys real quick. It is a 32-inch TV, and it's gonna be badass having a TV just being in the middle of nowhere and being able to just stream television. It's gonna be very, very cool. It does lock, so right now it's in its lock state, but you can pull it out and actually see a lot better. Hopefully you guys can see me, but yeah, I can just pull this little string right here, and then I can pull the TV back, turn it towards me. If I have people over, I can kind of just put it to the side and let them watch TV as well. And yeah, right now the RV is parked right next to the router in the house, so it gives me the ability to actually watch TV. This is so awesome, dude. Are you kidding me? And all of this right now is being powered by my battery. 600 amp hours of battery, and that is powering this entire RV right now. So we could actually check, just out of curiosity. Right now we are pulling 578 watts. It's the middle of the night, so that's expected, but 578 watts. That includes the air conditioning, it includes the TV, and it includes the lights, all the lights that are on. So all of that is pulling 580 watts. Only thing I hate, which if you guys have any recommendations on how I can solve this, I know I probably have to do some sort of wiring and add a switch, is I have to individually turn off every single light by going up to it and pressing the button, and it's really annoying having to do this to every single one. And then eventually when I'm in bed, I can just turn this one off and we're golden. RV living, technically boondocking and watching Furiosa. You don't understand how bad this is. Like, this is literally a childhood dream right here, is to have a camper where I can literally, my job allows me to pretty much work from anywhere in the world, probably primarily in the United States. I'm not planning on leaving the US, but work anywhere in the world, go to any part of the country that I want to, and just kind of like cement myself there and for a little while and park up and explore. And on top of that, have off-grid power, which is what I've been trying to do for years, is really sink my teeth into how to do all of this.
and I didn't really figure out what I was doing until I started doing it. Like, I did research for years. I had this idea probably 8 years ago to eventually have like a homestead where I can actually just be fully self-reliant, grow my own food, have the energy coming from the sun, and then that energy being supplemented with generators, and just have plenty of batteries and plenty of systems in place to be able to just do whatever I wanted. And then Starlink kind of blew the roof off that idea and made it even more possible, because now you can have internet pretty much anywhere thanks to Starlink. And yeah, so exciting stuff. I can watch movies in my RV now, and I'm probably going to only turn on that one light whenever I do this, just because it's a lot easier to turn that one off from bed. But yeah, pretty much done. There's a few things I still have to do. I purchased the spare tire, so I went to like 7 different Walmarts and I could not find the ST215, which is the tire size for this trailer. I could only find ST205. I ended up finding a trailer store that had the tire in stock, that I drove like an hour or two to go get it. So I have the spare tire now for emergencies. That was a big thing that I really wanted to have. Just I don't want to get stuck on the road and have to call a tow truck or something. I'm just missing. I want to mount the tire to the back of the trailer. I want to connect. What else do I have to do? I want to connect the second converter, the converter that came. It's not really the second converter, it's technically the first, but the original converter that came with the actual RV is still not wired into my system. That's because I have to connect from a little bus bar that's outside through inside the storage bay. So I have to drill another hole and then just run the like a 4-gauge wire through to the positive bus bar on my main system, and it's a whole process. So I've been pushing that off because I really don't want to have to crawl under the RV again. But I know I have to do it before Saturday, because Saturday is the D-Day, and that is when I am officially leaving. So I will be officially full-time RVing. I don't know. I have mixed emotions. I'm like simultaneously excited because it's awesome, but I also have my concerns, because while my day job does allow me to work from anywhere, they don't know that I'm going to be leaving. And if they end up finding these videos, I don't think my boss cares, but I also am of mind of I'd rather ask for forgiveness than for permission. So if they do find out, I will just apologize and cut the trip short. But yeah, either that or just get a new job if it ends up becoming a big thing. Fortunately, my bills right now, and this is something that I will tell to you if you're younger and you want to do something like this. You have to set up your life in a way where your bills are going to be easily coverable by another job, like a temporary job. For example, if I were to get laid off, or if my boss finds out, the worst case scenario, my boss finds out and says I'm fired, and they end up getting rid of me, I could very easily get a job in. Let's say I'm in the middle of Nebraska and I need money. I can just either drive to another state and get a job there, or just temporarily find like some temporary work that I can do there to cover my bills for at least a month or two, and then from there go to kind of assess what the plan would be. But the really important thing is my bills can be covered very easily by a minimum wage job, very, very easily. Like my car payment is like $500 and something plus insurance, which is maybe $600 and $630. My RV payment is about $110. I have a jet ski, so that payment's about $140. And the Starlink would be the only other big payment, which the Starlink is maybe $160 a month, I think it is. But I'm also going to be working towards finding other means of internet, which should hopefully be sometime soon. There are some other options for that. I have to do more research, and also those other methods require a much bigger upfront investment. whereas I already have the Starlink, so I can just use that in the meantime until I really figure that out. But yeah, so that's, what is that, like $1,100. You can earn $1,100 per month pretty easily. Obviously that doesn't include like food and things like that, but worst case scenario, $1,500 in total for the month, and just be cooking and meal prepping all my meals, and I can get by with that $1,500 pretty easily. So there's a huge flexibility in the way that I can design my life, whereas other people who have a car payment, they have a mortgage, maybe they don't have a mortgage, but they have a lease at an apartment and they're paying that apartment lease. They really don't have a lot of options to like, if they lost their job, they would really be screwed if they needed to cover all those bills. But yeah, if you're younger and you want to do this lifestyle, my biggest advice would be to organize your finances in a way that you are not spending a lot of money. Another thing too is, with the ultimate goal with this is, eventually this RV is going to be broken down and I'm not going to be able to drive it anywhere, but I'm still going to be able to use it as a means of, you know, living quarters, and I'm going to be parking it up somewhere. I'm going to purchase land and just, there's a mosquito, hold on, there he is. I'm going to give you guys a play-by-play of me killing this son of a...
They really don't like the wind. Move that in there. I don't want to open a hole in my roof either.
Where'd he go?
I think I got him, but oh no, there he is. Little shit. All right. Haha, got him. Cool. He's dead. I hate mosquitoes. What was I saying? I was gonna show you guys the generator running and show you the converter charging. Unfortunately, you just saw that was one mosquito. I had at one point probably, I don't know, 15 bites on me, and I was only outside for about 5 minutes. And also it was raining, so tomorrow, if the day's better, I will show you guys the actual RV, the generator running and charging the battery bank, and maybe I'll save that for when I actually have the other converter connected, so I can show you the full output of what my batteries are going to be charging with. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.